What is going on, guys? We are here with another Overprime video. These patch notes are sort of late. At least they were posted late. Sorry, I'm tired. I've been waiting for these patch notes. I was hoping they would come out like 4 or 5, but they are finally out. Jon Snow was doing a stream, so I'm guessing that's why it took so long. But he went over some of the items, and I will say some of them look pretty cracked that are being brought back into the game. But we're going to go check everything out here. I have not looked at these patch notes yet, but I did look at the skins. The skins do look quite nice. So let's get right into it. But if you guys do enjoy the video, please do drop a subscribe and a like. You guys are supporting me as always, even though I've been completely slacking on content. We will be playing a lot of this patch for Richter. I should be live the moment it's live. I should be live myself, but we will see. Yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's take a look-see. So we got Richter coming here. The Warden, I saw him played. I think he is in the support class. Does it say anywhere? I don't want to look at his link right now, but yeah, I believe he is in the support class. But he's going to be a tank. He's going to be solo in jungle at best. I do not see this guy seeing any play in support. Obviously, people will try to play him in support like Steel. But again, just play phase. No reason not to. So this is his 6th skin. We saw it in the trailer. He looks amazing. If you guys didn't see that trailer, I'll have the link to the patch notes below. But there is a trailer for him as well on their website or on their YouTube, which you should go check. But the skin looks sick. I didn't think it looked as cool as this, but like seeing it like in the game when he was picking it in the selection screen looks amazing. And this skin is top tier. I love it, dude. Definitely a skin I'm going to be interested in. We got the heroic summer skins, 2 heroics and 3 rares. So this is going to be $10. This is going to be $7. Murdoch should be Mako 7. I'm going to probably buy Sparrows, Shinbis, and maybe Bellicas. So we got this beautiful Sparrow heroic skin. Insta buy. Skin looks absolutely amazing. I love her bow. She looks straight like out of, if you guys played Lost Ark, she looks like that one the Lili girls in that island, like Hawaiian kind of theme. I love it. Definitely top tier skin, along with the Richter skin. 2 really good skins so far. And then we got this Bellica skin, which everyone's excited for. This skin looks amazing. Love the water guns, the whole attire. She looks like just an absolute babe. I love her. Murdoch kind of dope too. First rare skin picture of the sea Murdoch with the red monarch kind of color scheme here. You got just like literally lifeguard Murdoch. I like it. Super nice. Shinbi looks like an absolute she looks like, it's like the face skin, super simple, but super nice. I think everyone's going to pick the skin up. I'm excited for this skin. Definitely want it. I wonder if her effects are changed at all, because they do that even on rare skins. Very curious to check that out. But regardless, she looks absolutely amazing. And then Mako with this, it's kind of nice, cute little thing. I like his ball. Cute little skin though. Little shark, moss shark. All right. So, karma changes. We got a silence change. Before it was a 2.5 second silence, it's now a 3.5 second silence, and the cooldown is now 200 seconds. Massive buff for any supports that should have been using this. I think this is an absolute mandatory one for supports, in my opinion. It's pretty good on tanks too, but supports definitely, I think, should just always have silence. Personally, very good change. Consolation cooldown has been lowered. I don't know what this is. Does anyone know what consolation is? I don't know. 20 seconds off of that whenever we figure that out. Demoralization got a buff of 55% slow physical magical defense. That is disgusting. 55% slow specifically, as well as defense shred. Personally, everyone was blowing this item. I don't think this item was that good. You didn't need it for tank busting. Personally, I know there was probably some early game cheese with pain that you could do with this, but I think longer into the game, unless you were really utilizing it on tanks, it wasn't that good. I would 100% rather shut down a carry than have to shut down a tank personally, despite tanks being pretty prevalent with good players. But again, you could build against tanks. But that being said, this is a massive buff. I mean, an extra 10% slow. The slow is already ridiculously large. I don't know why it's 45%. And also, it is now a lower duration, though, than it was before. But it also got a cooldown adjustment, a buff for 190 seconds. So more usable. It's not as long, but it does more, so pretty big buff. Courage was the attack speed. It is now 45% attack speed. You know, I thought this was going to be really OP, but I decided that being able to purge yourself from damage as well as blink is still more important. I don't think it's going to change. This item is so cracked in terms of stats. I just don't see having because if you get stun locked, this doesn't matter, or if you get focused, this doesn't matter. So I don't see this being really good anyways. Most of these ones are kind of just like cheesy. I just don't see them being really that good. Pain got a cooldown adjustment as well. Um, like I said, for me, playing like a carry or any kind of squishy that's not in the jungle, if I'm in mid, I'll either go double blink or I'll go purge and blink. So it's like, I just don't, a lot of these karmas are cool and stuff. I just don't see the use of them in like the grand scheme of things. They're just very hard to make use of. I think heal's a good one. If you're not fighting, it's pretty good too. Specifically because of the mana upkeep. I don't think the anti-heal even affects your mana at all. So like it's just basically makes it so you don't have to run any mana management items at all if you have heal. So that is pretty annoying. But again, purge in a lot of cases is just really important. So it depends on what you're fighting or who you're fighting, but most of the time you need purge. So yep, like I said, I don't know if this is gonna change anything. It's good. It's like a good karma, but it's like there's just purge and blink are just too strong in my opinion. And for the supports, they always get silence, and then junglers can't get two. They always have blink and their jungle blessing, and supports always have the ward, the support ward, and then they have silence in my opinion. And then tanks have a little bit more freedom. You can go blink whatever, or you don't have to go blink. You can go blink silence. You can go silence. You can go not demoralization, but the other one, the one that lowers attack and power, weaken. That's exactly what it is. So this is also getting a cooldown adjustment, actually. We're getting from 10 seconds from pain, and then we're getting 30 seconds. It looks like they're putting it all in line with that heal. I think the heal is already at 190, so that's super nice. This is the one I really use all the time in solo. I pretty much always grab it over anything else. I go blink and this, or I'll go no blink and I'll get this, and then I'll get a silence. So yeah, purge for anyone who is full damage, and then for this one, I usually just do it on tanks, and then for the silence, I do it on tanks sometimes, but I also always do it on supports. That's pretty much all I use. I never really use any other one. That's just my personal opinion, though. I just think those ones are really, really strong for what they do, depending on the role you're playing. So recovery was nerfed. For the health, it was nerfed, and the cooldown was adjusted. It's now 220. So recovery got a massive... purge got a buff. Crazy. I use this all the time. That's welcome. 3 minutes now instead of 210 seconds. That is correct, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 220 seconds now. Protection, damage taken, decrease rate adjusted. What's protection? Hold on. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the shield. Okay, so you take 50% less damage. I actually didn't know that. 50% less damage, and you get a bigger shield, so they buffed it. They pretty much buffed everything that wasn't recovery. That's pretty insane. I guess, but the thing is, everyone just picks recovery because they don't remember to switch. So is it really that broken? I think the biggest thing is that recovery is a mandatory anti-heal build because they nerfed only the healing about it. But I think the problem with this item is kind of the health early game. I think late game it's not important at all, but I think the biggest problem is that the mana you get, again, it makes it so you never ever run a mana pretty much virtually at all. It's super baity. And then again, in the beginning early game it is a cheese. It is a bait. So all right. Oh, I see Aurora, Sparrow, Shinbi, Bellica. No, Kalari, get her out of here. Dude, what? Shinbi, Bellica, Aurora, and Sparrow are all getting nerfs. And I think all 4 of them need nerfs, but they, like I said, I think every character here, except Crunch and Muriel, do not need this at all. Gideon, I think he's good in the right hands, but I don't like him personally. I think he could use some changes. I don't know what they're going to make his meteor fall faster. Grux, I think, needs buffs. He just falls off in comparison to other warriors. Rampage needs buffs, I think, as well. Again, not really doing much. Granted, I think it's just his passive being added, but she's in the nerf section, so I don't know. Howitzer is getting a buff, and then Faye's getting a buff, and Crutch is getting a buff. And these are all the items that are changing. So they're changing, I guess, this one simple item that gives you magic defense. They're changing the health shield 1. I'm curious about what that is. Is this positive changes? Or, I don't know. I guess it's just being changed. So then you have the gun being changed. You got Mutant Poe being changed, which is crazy. I like Mutant Poe. I hope it's not a massive change. I do like Mutant Poe. Margaret Stone being changed. The magic defense 1. Holy Relic Stone, which I also like. I wonder what they're going to do. Please don't get rid of the lifesteal. I love it so much. This is being changed. I don't know what this is. Hassan Holy Water. It's like magic defense and a purge or something like that. The great sword, the crit great sword is being changed in the crit flask. I'm curious. Let's see what's going on here. So, Grimex, I know everyone has opinions on him. I still haven't seen a broken one, but he was spammed in the tournament, so broken. Sorry about that ASMR. I had to take a sip. All right. My voice is like cracking or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's like, I think it's because I'm tired, but I'm just like, it's just my voice is failing me. Okay. So, Deflector Shield. Deflector Shield is before the cooldown is now 18 seconds from 16 at max level. So this is a nerf. Displacement, blast, Q skill, explosion area adjusted. I'm assuming that's a nerf, so it's going to be a less explosion area. Please just say the range is nerfed by half. The base damage has been adjusted by 5 at max level. Not a lot at all. That is nothing. I'm assuming the coefficient was adjusted. Yep, by not a lot at all. That's not a massive nerf at all. Displacement, blast, Q skill, mana cost adjusted from 105 to 110, so it costs more mana. Coefficient is now 0.95. Suppression mode, mana cost adjusted to 25, so it's now more mana to use suppression. Slow rate has been adjusted to 35, so it's a less of a slow. I don't think having a 40% slow on him is even good anyways. They should just change the ability altogether. Tracking orb has now have a lower coefficient, so it does less damage. Cooldown has been increased, which is definitely the case. I think this still needs a massive increase. Granted, 30 seconds is way better than fucking 25. I think this should be 50. I think it should be 50, 40, 30. 35. I think 50, 40, 35. Maybe 50 and then like 40. Yeah, 40, 35. I think that's what it should be. Personally, that's just me. Anyways, displacement, blast, and tracking orb skill were an advantage of landing a hit, and they were great skills to use in any lane. We've adjusted the overall damage to slightly reduce its power. Okay. Sparrow has got a nerf on her mana cost for her right click. Her cooldown has been adjusted for her speed up, I believe. Is now 16 seconds from 14. Okay. Her attack speed has been lowered by 10%. Okay, so nerf. Her movement speed, thank God, by the way, has been lowered. Dude, I've been saying this from the start. 40%, that 40% change they did was ridiculous. That was not okay. I'm glad they're nerfing the strongest carry in the game. I know people like to throw it back and forth, so depending on who's the strongest one. I have been saying time and time again, Sparrow is by far not even close to the strongest carry in the game. I don't know about in the tournament if we saw a lot of Sparrows. I saw Sparrow Murdoch, I think, but like, whatever. So Swift Arrow mana cost has been adjusted, which is again her speed up. It's now 60 mana. The duration of her Hail of Arrows skill, so her ultimate has been adjusted to 7. I don't think they needed to change that. I think that was fine. The area damage now is 50 and 60. So you do half damage with the side arrows now instead of 60. Again, I don't think a change was needed either. It's kind of dumb. And then her R skill has been up by the cooldown. In early game, Sparrow was a very powerful hero regardless of the game time due to the focus R&B high skills power in lane fight. Thank you. Dude, I've been saying this. I don't understand how Sparrow will lose a lane. How you lose lane as Sparrow if your support is least good or decent. You literally outpoke everybody. It is ridiculous. And the energy, the swift energy of E skill plus hail arrows in mid to late game. We've made minor adjustments to E and R to reduce its power to mid to late game. But her right click, her early game dominance is still there. So Aurora getting nerfs. The Aurora, she got a second off of her thing at all levels. She got her illusion cost increased by 20 for mana. She got her Q mana cost adjusted by 15, so her track, her ice trail is now more mana as well. Her damage has been reduced by 15, which doesn't really affect her that much. Her coefficient on successful basic attack is adjusted from 50% to 35%. I don't think this is a good change. Keep that. That was a really good change. It gave her a lot more frontlining power. That's a stupid change. Damage isn't the problem with her, really. Granted, she does have a lot of damage. It's gonna make her clear worse. Which her clear is really good already, though. But please don't change that. Damage coefficient based on heroes successful. Oh wait, heroes health on successful basic attack adjusted. Wait, what? Oh, this is a buff, right? Yes, this is a buff. Interesting. Anyways, her damage for her ultimate has been nerfed. By 60 base damage. It's not the biggest nerf ever for her. Again, she doesn't build power, so it's like the scaling doesn't matter as much, but the damage is pretty decently significant. That's for the first hit, though. The coefficient has been adjusted by 0.1. Again, I don't really know what that means. Someone explained it to me, and I just don't remember right now. But it is a nerf for damage for the first hit of both parts. Second hit has also been nerfed by 10. The coefficient has also been nerfed by 10. So she got a pretty massive amount of nerfs for damage for her ultimate, and then her glacial coefficient when she hits it. She also got 15 off of her this, and then she got the coefficient nerfed for the actual basic attack afterwards. I don't. I don't know what this is. Like, I didn't know there was one based on the hero's health. I didn't know that was a. Oh, I think that was because that's how much power you get from it. That got buffed. Okay. The instantaneous high skill power Aurora's Glacial Barrier E Glacial Explosion made her very powerful in large scale fights. The damage output and survivability were also high, making Aurora overpowered. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, most broken character in the game. Probably one of them. We've made adjustments to her survivability and damage output to slightly reduce her power. Yep. So she got nerfs. They're not the worst thing in the world. The cooldown is going to be annoying, but her ult still has a pretty short cooldown. Not as short as it once was, but it's still pretty short. Her damage is nerfed across the board. I don't think this is going to be a massive change. I do think this cooldown is going to suck a little bit. That does suck. The mana cost is probably fine. You're probably going to run out of mana a little bit, but you'll be okay. Just back. She'll probably still be uncatchable. She'll still be extremely effective in fights. I'm glad they didn't touch the duration of the freeze. This is going to be a long video, dude. But I'm glad they didn't touch the duration of her freeze. Sorry. I'm going to have to keep drinking, man. All right. Iggy. Skill range adjusted. So his turret, I believe this is, has gotten a meter off. Thank God, this guy is annoying. The mana cost has been adjusted to 120. The turret growth health has been adjusted to 85. Thank the fucking Lord. No more time spending fucking destroying turret simulator on anyone who doesn't do damage. I'm kidding. It's still probably going to be that. Magical coefficient has been nerfed by 2. Another friend's skill mini turret coefficient against heroes is adjusted now to 2. Oh, with our skill while another friend's skill is active. So it's just the ult nerf. And then 2 monsters has been nerfed as well. So you do less damage to camps. And like objectives, you do less damage to people. Just general nerf. The basic attack from E, Dynamic Duo, his passive that gives him extra damage on his basic attacks, so magic damage on his basic attacks, is also nerfed by 2. Base damage, not the biggest thing ever. Dynamic Duo E skill base damage has been adjusted from the turret that you get. I guess you get extra damage from the turret as well. That also was nerfed by 2. Dynamic Duo coefficient has been nerfed by 5. Dynamic Duo coefficient based on your turrets is also nerfed by 0.5. Sorry, 0.5, not 5. It is very difficult to recognize many turns in large-scale fight situations. In addition to burn damage from Dynamic Duo, remained high until mid to late game. They make them very difficult to hero to counter. It's the main turret's power and burn damage to make it easier to counter in combat. Thank God. I think characters like this shouldn't have a gigaton amount of damage that Iggy has, but the problem is, it's not so much Iggy, which it is a problem, but I think more so it's because all mages can build like fucking broken things. The difference is with Iggy though, is that it is his base kit because he can't build pen and it work. I think his turrets don't use pen, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they do not get affected by pen. I think I tested this, but I maybe have to make sure. Anyways, yeah, this is all necessary. He's just an annoying character to fight. I don't think he's OP by any means. I just think he's like, it's just one of those characters that are so annoying to fight and so hard to counter, but it's possible at the highest level. It's super easy in my opinion, especially if you have a good mage. They can just take care of you himself. He gets outranged and pretty outdone, but at the same time, he's just so annoying to fight at every casual level. Kalari getting nerfs. Her R&B got 10 off. Just got buffs, got nerfed. Her physical coefficient has been adjusted by 0.5. Or 0.05, whatever. Her brand has gotten a 10 increase in mana. Her cooldown for Fade to Light. I think this actually should be nerfed. I actually think it's dumb how she can go invisible all the time, but everything else needs a buff. I don't know why she's getting nerfed. Her initial damage from her ultimate has been nerfed by 6 at max level. Her Evil Vow skill coefficient, which is her ult, has been nerfed by 0.03. Following the recent patches, damage output has become overly high, resulting in a significant narrowing of opportunities for their assassin heroes. That's not true. Countess, Shinbi, Zena all do more damage than Kalari still at every single level. They can all one-shot carries easier, more significantly, and it's just easier to play. Like, Kalari still is outshined by every single assassin that is a proper assassin. I'm not even including Seraph in this. Every proper assassin, Countess, Shinbi, and Zena, all outshine her completely. It's not even close. So I'm interested to see Shinbi's nerfs. I don't think Zena's getting any nerfs. I don't think Countess is getting any nerfs, but I'm very interested to see Shinbi's nerfs because this is not true at all. To restore balance among assassin heroes, we've made a slight adjustment. This is so out of touch for me. Because, I mean, obviously people, it depends on the skill level, but Shinbi, obviously, if you've seen me play her, anyone I play with ever play her, she just is way stronger than Clary in every regard. Her damage output ramps up super quickly. Countess is similar, where like once she gets her second item, she completely destroys Clary in every single way. It has an easier time killing the backline, can completely destroy them in 2 seconds. It's just crazy things like this. It's like Kalari, her all-in is very dangerous, very easy to avoid a lot of the times, and again, it's just whatever. But she is getting a passive change, I believe. Sorry, I'm so tired, guys, by the way. I apologize. Bellica, magical power coefficient has been adjusted by 0.1, so she's getting nerfed, obviously. 30 power off of her Q, so that's a pretty big nerf, actually. That's just her knockup, I think, right? I think this is her knockup. I don't think this is her bomb. This is her bomb. Suppresses her bomb. So it's getting coefficient nerf. Her knockup's getting a 30 power nerf. I don't think that was necessary. Personally, the bomb could get nerfed a little bit, but her ult is like part of the big problem. Her mana drain is now 3.5% instead of 4%, so I'm slight nerf there. Base damage has been adjusted by 10. Magical coefficient has been increased from Commander's Eye to 0.2. So they're trying to buff this again, by the way. That's crazy. It's a small buff, but whatever. Her mana cost has been adjusted to 0.4 from 0.6 from her paralyzing shot, so the scaling is lower, and the base damage, the max damage from mana is also lower as well, so you're just doing less damage. The thing about this ability is that now that I think it's affected by pen now, if I'm not mistaken, so it doesn't really matter. I think she's still going to be like doing like 1,000 damage plus sometimes, so. Well, these are some pretty significant changes. They're pretty big nerfs. 0.1 off of the ult coefficient as well, so she's just doing less damage with the ult in general, and the range is also nerfed. Yeah, this is even after several adjustments, the hero is consistently shown as stronger performance compared to other caster heroes. Do you guys remember when everyone said Bellica was the worst caster in the game? I remember, like earlier on, I remember that. Funny how things have changed. She hasn't gotten that many buffs, I feel like, but that's just kind of funny. Anyways, in particular, her ultimate is highly effective in one-on-one combat situations, 100%, given her clear advantage in lane fights. To prevent an overly dominant presence in lane fights, we made overall adjustments to performance of her skills. They just nerfed her damage, literally. Mana recovery amount, oh no, 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 what are you doing? Oh no, I'm not playing her anymore. Why are they gutting her mana? That is not where you attack her, just nerf her damage. You gutted her healing. To be honest, I didn't even care about the healing, dude. Honestly, I never built healing at all. This doesn't affect me in any way. But the fucking mana? No. And this is even worse, dude. You literally recover less for hitting the wolf. That is such a terrible nerf. Just nerf her damage. Oh my god, no! They gutted her. To be honest, this is necessary though. You don't know how many times I would just charge it up and walk around for 30 whole seconds looking for the ADC, and then I would ult them and they would just die. This never made sense to me. This always needed a nerf. This was definitely 100% necessary. But this, I don't think this is, I think this should be buffed. I don't think this is stupid that she doesn't recover stupid amounts of HP. She doesn't. This is not that big of a deal for me because I never built a healing. But regardless, this is such a massive nerf. 0.2% off of the recovery, man. That sucks, man. That is garbage. Her jungling is going to be worse. Like, this is just a horrible, until she gets her first item, this is going to be a horrible change. The ultimate deals extremely high damage and the duration. Okay, hold on. Let's stop here. The ultimate deals extremely high damage. So let's start there. Just start by nerfing that. None of these address that. That's so stupid. And the duration of its stacks is also excessively long. I know. Yeah, that's true. Making it advantageous for taking down enemies. Additionally, in one-on multiple hero fights, health recovery from Phantom Dance boosted her survival rate, which isn't true. Again, it is true if you don't have anti-heal, but it wasn't that important. This is not an important skill. Good players aren't affected by the health recovery. To place more emphasis on assassination, we have slightly adjusted the sustainability of Shinobi's skills. You nerfed mana. Why? You just buffed it. They literally just nerfed all of her mana cost, and now they're nerfing the recovery on her mana. Like, why? This makes zero. Nothing they said here aligns with nerfing this. These are fine. Whatever. This is a massive nerf, but regardless, it's whatever. But like, this doesn't matter. Why did you nerf this? does not address what you said here. Like, I don't get it, man. That was a stupid change. I'm upset about this one, dude. 2% off is enough. That's not fun. She already has, like, even now she still like runs out of mana like crazy. This is such a stupid change. This makes her worse in lane. This makes her struggle more in the jungle, struggle more with objectives, which she already struggles with. Like, this is not a good change for her at all. Makes her laning way worse when you're actually hitting these wolves, which means you have to play perfectly. Like, they're making her a harder character to play because she's going to run out of mana, or you have to build a bunch of mana. She's going to be a mandatory heal character. Like, I'm going to have to always get heal on her because of this. Like, or because they're just nerfing her mana. It's just a stupid change. Anyways, cooldown adjusted from Crunch. His R&B skill has been adjusted. Before it was 14 seconds, and it is now 11 seconds, which is a buff. His base swing damage has been adjusted by 5, and his coefficient is adjusted by 0.5. Although having a very aggressive skill, it is determined that the damage output did not meet expectations. To enhance its usefulness, the main skill of Crunch's Q skill, the damage has been increased. Additionally, to improve its ability, the cooldown of Crunch's charge has been adjusted. I think the right click is actually a pretty good change. I didn't know it was that long, honestly. But you're always full CDR, so you literally have like an 8-second dash cooldown, and so it's whatever. But which is now what is that now? It's like a 6-second cooldown, so it's a pretty significant change. But regardless, the damage doesn't really matter. You're always full tank. Most crunches that are good build full tank anyways. This isn't that big of a deal. 5.5 on the coefficient and 5 base damage isn't really that big of a deal. It's nice to have more base damage, but you're not building power on Crunch. You can build like one power item, and I guess this is nice, but you're just doing, don't do full damage. Do one damage item at most, and probably make it the Greatsword of the Hurricane. He is not a damage character. He is a tank. Faye is getting buffs. Her R&B getting a buff by 10. Her coefficient from R&B is getting a 0.5 buff. Her damage dealt when vines disappear has been adjusted. I didn't know. Oh, if they're standing on it, so that's been nerfed. Her R&B magical coefficient when vines disappear has been adjusted. Oh wait, no, this is the R&B, so this is nerfed. The coefficient was raised. Adjusted the damage of force R&B to deal more sustained damage to enemies. But that's not across the board. It's not like when. Oh, maybe. Never mind. Yeah, this isn't really like, this is a nice change, but like, you can't even keep them in it long enough. But like, the problem is the upfront damage isn't strong, and it's all in the end. They just need to disperse the damage equally. Like, the blow up shouldn't really do that much damage. I think the across, like, it should do more damage, but I feel like there needs to be split between the ult. Like, when you put it down, it should do more instantaneous damage to you as it's going. Maybe it ramps up, I don't know. But regardless, when you, like, the longer you're in it, regardless, I feel like the damage at the, like, enduring when you're inside the vines is minuscule at best. And then the ult, and then when it pops, it does a shit ton of damage, right? Maybe if you're stunned inside of it, then it does do a lot of damage, but again, that's only with combos, and you can do that with your ult, but it's like whatever. Anyways, which is what you're supposed to do, by the way. That's always how she used to be played. You used to put your R&B down, and then you would wait for it to be about to pop, and you'd ult them into it, and they would just die. That's what she was meant to do, and people had to try to run away from it. So, okay, Howitzer getting some nerfs actually. I do remember seeing Howitzer support or something in the tournament. Apparently that was a thing, but whatever. So he's getting a nerf. So he's getting 20 power off of his R&B, which is his bomb. He's getting 0.1 increase in the coefficient. So he's getting buffs. Never mind. I thought he was getting nerfs. He's getting 10 power on his missile. He's getting a 0.2 coefficient adjustment, which is increasing by 0.02. He's getting a mana cost adjustment of 5. He's getting a base damage adjustment of 5. He's getting a 0.1 second coefficient increase. Getting a showtime. Howitzer last skill hit damage has been decreased. This is a nerf. And his coefficient has been, okay, so it's a buff. With 3 offensive skills, we feel he is overpowered in early lane fights. We've reduced his damage in the early game and increased it to make him more valuable in the mid to late game. We've adjusted the damage of Ultimate's final hit. That's not true, by the way. There's other mages that do like similar damage. He does have 3 damage abilities, which technically would make him the highest damage out there, but it's really hard to apply all the damage without just taking a shit ton by yourself. And since everyone could full combo literally after like the second item, it doesn't really mean much having 3 damage item or 3 damage skills. I mean, like, yeah, I guess it's rougher for the jungler, but he's so easy to catch. He's so big. He's so easy to hit. So easy to catch once he uses his bomb. Unless he has his ultimate, then he gets away, or it's easier for him to get away. But weird change. Anyways, they did nerf his damage early though. I wasn't even peeping that. So yeah, 20 off here, 10 off here. This was buffed early. This is a mana cost. 15 off the mine early. So yeah, that was nerfed early. I wonder how this is going to affect him. I actually didn't think Howitzer was that good anyways. I thought he needs more buffs. I don't, early game, again, all mages are kind of rough, but we'll see. That's weird. All right, Gideon. Distortion. Magical coefficient has been adjusted. This is his pull, I believe. His meteor has been increased or decreased by 10 across the board. Wow. But the coefficient has been adjusted. Yeah, okay. 0.03. The Devour skill has been increased, though the damage is increased by 0.5. This is good. I don't think his damage up front with any of these abilities are really that strong. I mean, except his meteor. His meteor combo can actually just kill you. When you're full pen and everything. But that's like like I said, that's every mage. I don't know how his damage actually meets up. It's believed that the hero lacked a bit in terms of aggression compared to other caster heroes. To make him more effective in the early game lane fights and large skill fights, they've adjusted the overall skill damage. I don't think his ultimate should hit harder though. I think it should be like 0.40 personally, just because, in my honest opinion, I feel like when you ult, that's like, I get it's supposed to be like something you use when they're low, but it's like, he's just not it's supposed to be something that was supposed to slap. It's just weird. It has a pull, but it doesn't do any like major CC aside from a slight pull. So I think having more damage on it would be fine. Other mages have a lot of damage anyways, and his puts him in danger. Like, he can get killed up there super easily by a ranger. So Rampage, his cooldown has been adjusted. He's gotten 2 off of his Savage Heave skill. This is his rock throw, so he's going to stun you more often. His max health has been increased by 50 when he ults. His recovery has been increased by 5 when he, 5 when he ults. Yeah, 5. So he's getting 5 more recovery, and his cooldown has been adjusted earlier to make him so he is a little bit, he can ult earlier. So pretty light buffs, like nothing really that major. This rock is the biggest change because he's going to get it more often. This is definitely going to be a little bit of annoyance because you're getting 6 seconds instead of your before you were getting like 8, now you're getting like 6. I think it was like 8 or 7.5, whatever. You're getting like 6 seconds now, so it's super nice. Very interesting change though. 6-second rocks, man. It's gonna be kind of rough in my opinion for like rampages who are really supporting their team. Like, you're getting stunned every 6 seconds if he's hitting it, especially if you're a tank. That's annoying. You know, like obviously full CDR is what I'm talking about. That's pretty annoying. When Rampage's Savage Heave skill misses, it diminishes his combat roll significance and complicates skill combos, resulting in reduced or hit and reduced pick as a tank. That is true. To promote more frequent utilization of Savage Heave, we've adjusted the cooldown, we've adjusted the health increase amount and cooldown of the liberated skill to emphasize the tank's fundamental defensive role. The problem is he needs mitigations when he ults, so he takes a lot less damage. That would help him a lot. Like recovery, whatever. Like, he should have a lot of, I think he should also get buffed in recovery. But I think the problem is that him getting 0 mitigations means he's going to get melted. Like, he should take like 40% less damage in his ult. I'm not kidding. I literally mean 40, maybe even 50% less damage. He should take like 0 because in his ultimate, it makes him a ginormous target that everyone's going to want to focus, and there's no penalty. Maybe that's his passive. In the jungle, he takes 40% less damage in his ult. I don't know. Anyways, let's see what else. Rampage got a coefficient increase of 0.5. His grip cooldown is reduced by 2. Wow, this is a 6 second pull, 5 second pull now instead of whatever it was, like an 8 second, 7 second pull. Pretty insane. Physical power has been increased as well. They just increased the pull, right? Never mind. No, this is the physical code. So this is the right click. The right click is the little like swing that he does. Okay, and then the pull cooldown and damage have also been adjusted. This change is nice. It's not going to solve the issues of Grux just kind of not being as strong as like Sereth or like characters that are that strong. Primal grip coefficient. It doesn't really matter. The damage is minuscule. I think it's magical power. I don't even think it's physical. Hold on. No, that's his dash. Okay, never mind. It is physical, but it's not a lot of damage regardless. It doesn't really matter. But this is a big change. This is a lot. This is just makes him more of a better like frontliner because you can just CC more. This is really good change. I'm interested to see how much Grux we're going to see. I already see a lot of Grux though, so I'm interested to see like how many people are going to be playing him due to this change because that's pretty good. Just getting more pulls off. Like, I think as a tank, it's going to be really good to just be a frontline. It's going to be super annoying. Like, they're doing these like changes like Rampage and Grux, but like they're just going to be better frontliners and tanks, which I guess is what they want. But I feel like there's a damage bonus, and then there's also like, I don't know. I feel like when he ults, he should also get damage reduction, dude. Like, he's gonna be in everyone's face, so. But anyways, Muriel getting some buffs. She got a pretty big buff on her coefficient for her right click, which gives her a bigger shield. Her slow has been increased to 50, so more annoying, because you don't really use it. The stun duration has been increased to 0.8? Why? And then her ultimate has been increased. Given her role also supporting the relay, we adjusted the magical power coefficient to amplify the amount of shield provided to allies rather than concentrating solely on defense. So she gets more shields the more power she builds, but they're adding back in power items. So upon dealing basic attack or skill damage to an enemy, increases the hero's movement speed by 10%. This is Spirit's Fang, so they're adding back in the items and they reworked them. So you, upon dealing a basic or a skill attack, it increases your movement speed by 10%, and it deals physical damage equal to 75% of the hero's physical power every second for 2 seconds to the target and nearby enemies. What? Yo, this item, I'm going to use this on Xena 24/7. This item is nuts. On a skill attack, like, yeah, this is going to be crazy for, like, Sarah, whatever, blah, blah. But on a skill attack, you get a Spirit's Fang proc, so you basically get a 25% less basic. So if you're going full pen, and your autos are hitting for, like, let's say, I don't know, like 500, right? That's 500. You're getting, like, what, 350 damage extra? So if you have a 500 hitting basic, you get 350 extra damage on your ability cast. That is nutty. That is insane. Because I'm assuming pen works on this. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe pen... No, maybe pen probably doesn't work. Never mind. Maybe pen doesn't work on this. So maybe this isn't as... No, this might not be as correct. Never mind. Pen probably doesn't work. We'll see. I want to test it. I don't think pen works on items like this. I don't actually know. But if it does, you're going to get one shot. But your dash, even without that, your dash as Xena... Dude, this item is just screaming Xena to me, dude. You're just going to dash and you're going to just do so much more damage. You're literally giving her right click, like going into a target, more damage. You will never have to ult a squishy because you're getting 75% of your power, which is all you build is power and pen. That's insane, dude. Holy shit, dude. This item on Xena is going to be nuts. I can't stop thinking about her, dude. Oh, I really hope she's fixed in this patch. They said they fixed the desync issues. This item, I promise you, I know I've been wrong before. This item is going to be nutty on Xena, and it's also nearby enemies. It's over the course of 2 seconds though, so it is like it's probably gonna be like a little, like, you're gonna take the initial 150, then you're gonna take more, so I guess it could be negated in some way. But, like, dude, oh my god, dude, this is it's a 15-second cooldown, but that first initial, dude, this with, like, what is it, the battery, and just getting one auto win is guaranteed death. I don't even think you have to use many of your other abilities. Like, you just hit the knock up. Don't even have to, like, the shield. Like, oh my god, dude, it's a wrap. Anyways, Cloud Storm. I'm excited about this one. Upon dealing or taking basic attack or skill, oh no, this is not looking good. Skill attack from an enemy hero increases the hero's movement speed by 5% for 5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 3 times. So you get 15% movement speed for hitting a basic or a skill attack. Wukong already has Spirit's Armor, but I wonder if he could use this. I mean, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. Granted, no attack speed. Actually, he's going to use this one. What am I talking about, dude? Attack speed, power, health. 100% using this one. Anyways, this item has 50 power and 15 pen and a cooldown decrease of 10%, which I think was similar to, I think it was 45 power before and like 10 pen or 15 pen or something. So it's similar to what it was, but, like, dude, we're getting the pen item back. Oh my god, the pen builds for Revenant and other characters like this are going to be insane. This passive is nuts. Anyways, at maximum stacks, additionally increases the hero's movement speed by 25% for 5 seconds. So you're telling me, after 3 seconds of hitting, you are getting a permanent 15% movement speed boost while in combat, while hitting an enemy hero specifically. And then if you get to the 3rd stack, you get 25% for permanently. So if you're fighting, let's say, for 20 seconds for some awful reason, like I don't know, if you're an assassin, you're fighting for 20 seconds, would it just re-proc? I know it's probably not going to be a big issue because you're not going to be fighting for 20 whole seconds, but I just wonder. Regardless, 15% permanent movement speed for hitting your abilities. So if I'm Xena and I dash in and then I ult and I come back down, I get a permanent 15% movement speed. Interesting. Also, Rangers are probably going to pick this up, even though it's going to kind of shaft their build a little bit. I can see them picking this up as well and abusing it because there's no limit on ranged characters. By the way, this item I saw in the game, it only works on melee characters. I don't know why it doesn't say it here. I don't think that's the same for Cloudstorm though. I'm pretty sure it didn't. I saw it on Rangers, or it's not Rangers, sorry, Jon Snow's stream. So 2800 gold. This actually does not work on ranged characters. So if you guys were worried about this one, like them abusing this because it has attack speed and power, this does not work on ranged characters. This, however, I think does, which again, it's not as good on ranged characters because the stats aren't as great for them, but I could see them easily just putting this on. I wonder if they don't even have to build crit, which I think you're still going to have to, but I'm curious because this item is pretty cracked for the passive it gives for movement speed. We'll have to see about this one. This item sounds really broken on paper, so I'm curious. Not a lot of people who can abuse Clawstorm though, like Kalari ideally could, I guess, but I don't like playing her. And then Zena is just absolutely broken. She's gonna ult and she gets a free 15% movement speed. Gonna be zooming around the battlefield. All right, Broken Watch. So the support items coming back, baby, which we needed desperately. Upon applying a skill to an enemy ally hero other than the caster, recovers the caster's and nearby allies' health by 24 plus 15% of magical power. So it's a magical power scaling thing. Unfortunately, give me mana or cooldown scaling ones. Why is it always power? Anyways, magical power 35, 250 health, 300 mana, and 10% CDR for 2300 gold. Bet. I'm always putting this on as a not a phase. Never mind. It has to be to an ally hero. Oh, that sucks. So this is going to be Muriel, Narbash, Mako. That's it, I think. Is there anyone else who can apply stuff to allies? Whoever can abuse this. Wow, that's crazy. So those three are gonna get pretty significant buffs here. Muriel specifically getting an extra heal, or getting a heal in general, and the Narbash getting more healing. So you get a shield and you get a heal. That's pretty crazy. Anti-heal necessary with supports that are applying supports. This is specifically only for those three supports though. So I mean, this is a must-have item. It's a 12-second cooldown to be fair, but it is extra health. It's 24 plus 50% of your power. I don't know how much power you're going to have in the build. It's probably like at least 100, 200 HP. Combined with the other items that you could get to heal. Pretty good. So I like this. This is nice. This is interesting. I'm curious to see how it's going to be played. Also super cheap. Another cheap item here. Upon applying the skill to an enemy hero or to an ally hero other than the caster, increases the target's physical and magical power by 18 plus 15%. Again, I'm not sure about the math here and how much power you're going to have, but it's a power increase. You get 18 power at base anyways, which is just nice. It increases the target's movement speed by 8% for 5 seconds. Not the biggest movement speed increase ever, but it's nice. Especially given you're going to be focusing the carry probably, so. Magical power 40, mana 300, and mana regen 3. Cooldown decrease is 10%. So 20% CDR. Then you have Mutant Poe with 10%, I believe, which is going to be changed. So there you go. And then you have the debuff. So these are your 4 support items. These items, though, only work on people who can apply it. So this doesn't actually work on characters who aren't. So Decker, FaZe, Richter, Steel, if you really want to, and then Adele, who I do see as a good support. They can't use these items, unfortunately. So, but Muriel, Mako, and Narbash all can, so that's nice for them. I wish there was more support oriented items aside from these two, because these are only on applied effects to allies, but this does really help Muriel and Narbash quite a bit, as well as Mako. So these are must-haves on those characters. Absolutely always build these, not even a question. So upon dealing basically, so it's just taking, okay, so these are just taking the passive, the like effects from these items and putting it. Okay, interesting. This remove the new, here's about 30%. Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, they're just taking effects and putting, I'm not going to go over these. These are just like the intermediate items. They just, when you're building the item, they have those effects on there. So, High Priest Constellation. Upon being hit with a crowd control effect, removes all debuffs on the hero, and he recovers his health by 250 plus 30% for magical power. This is new. I don't think there was I'm pretty sure there was no scaling on this. 50-second cooldown, so a free cleanse with 30% scaling of your magical power. So if you have, I don't know how much power you're going to have. I can't even ballpark this, but you're getting a pretty significant heal. This combined with the freaking, the watch, dude, with Muriel, man, you're going to be going crazy with healing. Shit, even Narbash, man. Narbash actually might be good. Might be healing your ass off as long as you don't just die through it, but like, Jesus Christ. Nice. I wish I could use this stuff on Adele. Like this, well, this specifically. I can use this on Adele. I wish I could use this with it. It'd be cool. But anyways, upon being hit by a crowd control effect, recovers 2% health, max health every second for 5 seconds. What? What? Oh, only trigger on tenacity effects. The following tenacity effects can now trigger the items: stun, airborne, knockback, pull, undo, blind, transformation, root, and hold. Okay. I thought this was all the stuff that could anyways, but hold on, I'm confused. What do they do to this item? What was it before? Oh, it was a debuff. Only trigger on tenacity effects. Okay. So no more, well, this is, okay, so stun, airborne, knockback, pull, undo, blind transformation, root, and hold. So slows don't trigger this anymore. This was a nerf in a way, right? Because like your slows used to trigger this. This is the same thing too, right? Yeah, this is the same thing. So this no longer triggers on a slow, which I prefer, dude. I hate this getting wasted on a slow. Like orb could proc this, by the way. Like if you get hit with orb, you get slowed. This actually works and it procs, so it's super annoying. So actually that's a good change for this one. I don't know about this one though. This one, it's a nerf because in the middle of fights, if you're not getting CC'd, which is what the item was made for, but if you're not getting CC'd, this item is useless. Oh my god, if you're getting slowed, it does not matter anymore. Kind of a nerf, but kind of a, yeah, kind of a nerf. This one's a buff in my opinion. Like you don't care about the cleansing the slow. You really care about cleansing CC, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't remove an airborne status though, unless it just throws you to the ground. So like airborne counts as one of these statuses, but usually you can't get it cleansed. So I'm curious on what that's going to be. Anyways, if purge doesn't work on it, nothing does. Like most of these items, you can't really like you. I guess you can cleanse knockback. You can cleanse the pull from phase. Undo. I don't know what that. Oh, the rewind. It will cleanse as well, I believe. So that's super nice. I didn't even think about that either. The blind. Oh, it cleanses the blind. Oh, bet. I'm gonna play support. Every time there's a phase, dude, I'm building this item. Or building freaking this item 100% of the time. Oh my god, did not know that. Anyways, sorry. Holy Relic Stone. It's been adjusted for the gold. It just changed the item the way the gold is. Just the literally just the combination of items. 3,100 gold. Before 50 power, 40 magical, 300 health. So it was, or so it was after. So before it was 250, just 50 health increase. Changed the composition. Mutant Poe is now more gold. Poe's power is now 1.5 seconds. So the cooldown was increased by 0.5 seconds. I think it was 1 second before. No, maybe it was 1.5. I don't remember. I don't know if this is a nerf. I don't know how much of this was nerfed. Oh no, this is okay. So this is before and this is after. Okay. So gain 1.5 seconds. Okay. Wait. This is a hold on. This effect can be stacked. Okay. Landing skill. Oh, you have to get 3 stacks with melee heroes now? No, this item was so good with melee. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. It's still, I mean, this is not, I like this though, dude. I don't know, man. I'm upset they kind of changed that. I like that it was 2 stacks difference. Dude, because ranged heroes obviously have a bigger advantage of just hitting you from afar. It takes a longer, like this made sense. I don't know. I don't like this change. Obviously, it probably was being abused a little bit. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But it also only procced, I thought it procced on autos. It only procs on a skill attack, which you're not getting every like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you're getting it every 5 seconds. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think it should stay 2 stacks. I think it's dumb. Whatever. I guess the item was overperforming in their eyes, but it was really good. I will admit, I love this item so much. The gold call. I wish they didn't do it. Why did they do this? That was stupid. Anyways, that was nerfed. I'm sad about that change. Mono Black Hole got a 200 gold nerf. Wait, what? Mono Black Hole was less likely to be picked if the enemy had a lot of caster heroes. That doesn't make any sense. Isn't that when you would pick the item? Due to a large number of magical defense related item choices. So other items make this item less favorable. I mean, I guess scissors and stuff, sure. The pen one, yeah, like this item is still really good, I feel like. Anyways, whatever. They've adjusted it, the price. Okay. This item is a pretty insane tank item for 2,600 gold. Pretty insane. This item was Oh, you get 500 health now. That's a lot of HP, just straight up. It's crazy. It's all it gives, though. 50 gold. Before increases the hero's physical power by 15%. It's now 20%. It grants a shield 20% from max health for 3 seconds. When you fall below 30%, it's an 80-second cooldown instead of 100. So a 5% increase, so 20% of your power. Just in general, and then also an 86. I wonder if this is going to be picked up. That's curious. Curious. Oh my god, the gold cost! This item is for warriors assassin. The item's effects don't generate much synergy with those positions. So if you adjust the price to account for the item effects, I mean, they literally said it themselves. It doesn't like really apply for this. I don't think there's a single character who can abuse this that much either. Like I guess Greystone maybe, but like he can only build one damage item, and I'd always go with Marauder's Watch. Anyways, so this was buffed. Cool. I'm never gonna build it, but cool. This was buffed. It got 10 or 5 power. Interesting. It is a high price, so nerf the price. This is the high price making it difficult to utilize in the early game, just the stats to make it more useful in mid-delay game. I get that, but just nerf the price and then it's more useful. Like, you don't have to buff the item. It's weird. Anyways. Oh my god, why? Make Ranger stronger, am I right? Less gold cost. Item was essential for increased critical rate, but the purchase rate is low. Dude, no, it's not! Actually, people don't build all crits sometimes, and it's crazy to me. They're insane. To make the critical hit build using Treasure Sword of the Kingdom more accessible, we just the item price. I think this is a stupid change. Buffing Rangers in any capacity is stupid, and this is just ridiculous. This is so out of touch in my opinion. People are crazy for not building crit. Crit literally is king. If you build crit and penetration, like not flat pen, but percent pen and crit is better than anything else in the game. I know people do these like weird builds where they don't do these crit builds, but if you just need 2 crit items to get this online, so you literally don't need more. You can go 40% crit and it's still a really good item. Weird. Margaret Stone got nerfed. Isis will visit deck before 25 mana. It now consumes 45 mana. It should only be on an enemy hero. I think it's stupid how it's on just enemy heroes. So literally just a 20 mana increase. This is the item could do more damage based on mana consumption. The mana cost is a bit low compared to the damage, so we've adjusted the mana cost to match the damage. That's 45 mana. I heard this item was really cracked, and I've tried it once. I need to try it more. I need to play this game more. This is interesting. I know these patch notes. I'm sorry for the long video, by the way. There's obviously these patch notes a lot to go through. I'm going through one by one, giving my thoughts and opinions. So yeah, there we go. Black Sea Stone Bracelet. So we got 500 gold, 400 gold. So this is just the normal. Okay, this is just the little item. Okay, I don't know what this is. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Anyways, that is it. Lots of changes for the items. I just wanted to go back and look. Some of these item changes were kind of dumb. I like these 2 items, but I just never play these supports that use these, unfortunately. I'm really interested in trying these 2 items specifically. Everything else is kind of meh. Well, this item is nice just because I didn't know it worked on blinds, but yeah, everything else is kind of meh. Nothing else really matters. I'm really upset about the Poe change. Like, really upset. I love this item so much. And it's so cheap, but I guess, whatever. I guess it was overperforming. Yeah, everything else is pretty normal. Nothing else. I was excited for more for the items. Nothing really here to test aside from 2 items. A lot of Sereth and Zena, dude. A lot of Sereth and Zena. You're going to see that for me. Zena, Zereth, especially if Zena's fixed. Zena is going to be insane with these 2 items. They must-have builds. Insane. Anyways, so let's go on to some of the out-of-the-game systems. I know they added a mastery system, guys. I don't know if I said that at the start of the video. There is a mastery system. Let's see how it works. So the lobby banner system has been added. Added a banner to quickly check various information when you are in-game. Banners can be viewed on the lobby screen. I don't know what exactly this means. We have a banner system, but this is to check various information. Like, what does that mean? Even when you are in the game, I don't know what this means. I genuinely do not know. Like, I can't even, like, there's no picture or anything. Like, what is it? What is this? They can be viewed on the lobby screen, and you add a banner to check. What is it? What, like, the banners you pick, right? Like the background. Like, what does that mean? Like, what are you clicking on in game to see what information are you looking at? I'm so confused. Anyways, that's cool, I guess. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm going crazy. You're in the game and you're clicking on a banner. Like, what does that mean? How are you hitting tab and like going over to the person's like character and clicking on something? Is it on their screen? Is it on your screen always when you're like playing the game? Like, what is it? Anyways, sorry, I'm tired and I don't understand this. Maybe I'm just missing something. I'm not understanding something here, which could be highly possible. But like, what does this mean? Anyways, mastery system was added. Finally, dude. Finally, we get some sort of progression. Mastery has been added to the hero menu. I like the mastery skins, by the way. It's just the lava skins, but they look really good. Mastery can be viewed separately for each hero. The more you play that hero, the more mastery XP you gain. I promise you, I might actually do like a race to Seraph Mastery 10 or whatever it is. I think it's 40. I don't know how long it's going to take. I feel like it's going to take forever, but I want to be the first one. Is there leaderboards? Please tell me there's leaderboards for it. The more mastery XP, that would only be like a one-time thing, which leads to, oh, maybe there's an event. The first masteries for each hero or something get like a reward or like EMA. As you increase your mastery level, you'll be able to unlock the story behind your hero. What? And earn a master skin as a reward. The story behind your hero. I wonder if the lore is involved. That's cool. All right, that's interesting. I like that. They're getting a little lore in here. That's nice. You can check the mastery of other players on the game entry screen. That's pretty cool. I like that. MVP system. Points acquired through, I mean, I'm excited for this, by the way. Very, very excited for the mastery system. We need progression. Give me loot boxes or some kind of battle pass or something, man. I don't care. Anything to earn in game. But this is a really good change. This is going to be really interesting. Now you can kind of show off how much you've been playing the game. I like this system a lot. MVP system added. Points acquired through gameplay are total, and that one player with the highest score, regardless of win or loss, is selected as an MVP. So it's just one person. If the game ends up normally less than 10 minutes, no MVP will be selected. Okay, so less than 10 minutes of game time, because you can't surrender before 10 minutes. No MVP, but so one MVP across both teams. I wonder if there's gonna be like a screen for that. Hero passive added for Rampage. Skill name, Ultimate Recovery. Recovers a certain percent of health every second in the jungle. I don't know what this picture is. It's white, but they literally just took the passive from Paragon. Cool. Rampage Jungle back, baby. We're gonna try it out. Recovery's not that insane. 7 each for level 1. I don't know how much percent that is because it doesn't tell me. But I wonder, Treya's Ban, it is a recovery that you're getting from yourself. It should work with that. Treya's Ban, Rampage Jungle, gonna be huge, man. You're gonna see a lot of Rampages trying to abuse this. Kalari, Acrobatics. You can jump up to 2 more times by pressing the jump button while in jump. Wait, oh, up to 2 more times. I thought it was a double jump. Does she always have 3 jumps? Dude, this is gonna be so much fun. I might play Kalari a lot. Look at that, dude. Look, 1, 2, 3. Dude, that's cool. What? Trailer video will now play 1 time for newly created accounts. Tutorial improvements have been updated to reflect current changes in cards. Yeah, they got rid of some of the tutorial stuff. Recommended items have been changed. Murdoch Plus Ledger Disc get intro and recall animation added. Cool. Cool. Broken watch items. Okay, cool. Wait, huh? Dominating hero effect now shows the top of the scoreboard with a bottom right indicator for the player only. I don't. Oh, if you're like destroying, I don't know. Still don't know how it's gonna look, but ally ultimate activation activation animation added. Now marks the strongest hero on each team. Cool. So you can see the strongest person on each team, so that you go for them for like the bounty or to know in a fight who has like the most kills. I imagine. Even though sometimes you need to focus on support, but interesting. And then these are the ultimate, so you can see exactly when someone's ultimate. I mean, they already had that if they were just glowing. It was kind of hard to see though, so it's a good change. Other Grimex's printing animation reworked, implemented various UI elements, lever status now properly displayed on the scoreboard. Oh, so you can tell when someone left. Cool, like easier. Added an effect to indicate targets inflicted with silence or pain karmas. This is nice because I didn't. Sometimes I don't know when I'm silenced or myself. Able to edit a disable recall watcher's eye karma and consumable items that when affected by the silence karma. Oh, because you can't use any of these things when you're silenced if you didn't know that. So, and then a bunch of bug fixes. Not going to go over any of these. I don't know what this is actually. I'm curious. Animation. I'm trying to look though. Let's see if we can just find one of them for Xena. Xena. I'm just looking. Wait, fix an issue where Adele let me hold you would be interrupted following an attack would continue to trigger an Adele's call barrier and is hit by Faith Force when skill. What? Interesting. Sorry, I'm really trying to look here. Xena. Do you see a Xena anywhere? I don't. But they did say the desync was fixed. They didn't mention this in the patch though, but they said that in the Discord. So I'm curious. I'm very excited for this patch. So guys, that's it for the patch. We're getting this patch on the 28th midnight, so 29th basically. I should be live. I hope you guys are excited for this patch. I certainly am. There's a lot of skins that I want to buy for this patch. I have the Kima. I don't know if I want to waste it though, but I will get the Shimby skin. I will get this Sparrow skin, and then I might get this Bellica skin. I don't think I'll get the Richter skin, but you might see me with this. Honestly, I might. It's a heroic skin, so it's $10. So it's gonna be like 100 Kima. I might get this though. Richter, I like Richter. I think he's cool. I don't really care about him too much, and again, especially because FaZe is in the game, with the way she's implemented. But yeah, you will see me with some of these skins though. These buffs and nerfs, I kind of agree with them, but I'm still upset about the Shimby change. Don't understand some of these changes anyways. Some of these were a little weird to me, but again, not the biggest deal. These 2 item changes are really good for me though. I'm really excited for these. Yeah, we're gonna see what else is new. No gold changes, unfortunately, or anything like that. Sadly, I wish we got some of those, but it's gonna be fun to mess around with some of these things. But most importantly, we got the mastery system, which I'm so excited for. I'm so excited to actually grind for something in the game finally. I want to be the first Seraph to 40. I think that's the max. We'll see when we get in the game. But yeah, that's it. I know it was a long video. Let me get right out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm so sorry. I was so out of energy right now because I'm tired. I'm going to take a long nap, sleep thing. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.